And get this, Hy-Vee says it's making a donation to the Caitlin Clark Foundation in honor of her record. $35,690 will be donated. In Clark's basketball career, she's scored 3,569 points to beat the old record. In addition to signing a contract, Clark is assisting in the creation of goods that share her narrative. Wilson claims that every ball symbolizes a different phase of Clark's journey, from her time at Iowa to her rise to fame in the WNBA. It makes sense because developing a brand is more important than marketing. She was ranked as the fourth most marketable athlete in the world by Sport Pro. What does this mean for the future? Perhaps more businesses will start making bold moves like this, working together more creatively, investing more in women's sports, and who knows, maybe the next time a female athlete signs a contract, the numbers won't surprise us. Instead, we'll be anticipating them. While strengthening the partnerships she's already built, from basketballs flying off shelves to multi-million-dollar endorsements, TC is at the forefront of athlete branding. And her WNBA season has come and gone. And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials. We have not seen any ads. We have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise. And we, for sure as hell, have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes. It is mind-blowing. Star power is a day lost. Fans are willing to buy, but Nike isn't selling even though her jersey sales have increased by 500%. Industry insiders are baffled as well. They claim that Nike should plaster Clark's face on billboards, introduce shoe lines, and do other things, but instead they seem to have placed her on the bench. According to a recent rumor, Nike wants to give A.A. Wilson's shoes priority over Caitlin Clark's, but that isn't feasible from a marketability standpoint. It's obvious that Caitlin Clark is ahead of A.A. Wilson. He reports Nike wants to prioritize A.A. Wilson, and it fears the optics of giving a rookie a signature shoe before an already established star who just won League MVP for the third time. We have talked about this multiple times on my channel. Is A.A. Wilson currently the best player in the WNBA? Yes. Is Caitlin Clark currently the face of the WNBA? Yes. Do I think if A.A. Wilson dropped a shoe and Caitlin Clark dropped a shoe today, at the very same time that Caitlin Clark would outsell Asia's shoe by 100 times? Yes, I think that would be the case. When Nike sits on their hands, this is where things get very crazy. Other businesses are launching exclusive products while Wilson sells out basketballs in a matter of minutes. Like everyone else, Nike recognizes Clark's worth. It's an absolute and utter embarrassment. Nike should be shut down simply out of shame for the way they have treated Caitlin Clark. Clark is demonstrating that women's sports can generate significant revenue, but it appears that everyone is currently profiting from that fact except Nike. What's the issue? Is Nike making a massive mistake with the largest name in women's basketball, or do they know something we don't? She had the craziest momentum that we have ever seen with any athlete in the history of ever. And the fact that Nike did not capitalize on that, the fact that they are the biggest athletic sportswear brand in the world, and we didn't hear a peep out of them the entire season, it truly makes me wonder, if I were Caitlin Clark's management, and again, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I would be truly rethinking the deal that I signed up for. Can you picture yourself in the boardroom of Nike right now? They have the sexiest basketball player, but they're not using her. It would be like owning a Ferrari and keeping it in the garage. But the story isn't finished yet, and in what appears to be a reaction to Caitlin Clark's sensational new deal, an envious A.A. Wilson revealed a 6-year contract extension with Nike, but the announcement hasn't gone ignored. Fans are assuming that it's motivated by jealousy, and many are wondering if this agreement can really compete with Clark's unrivaled market power. Social media is a hive of commentary. Wilson's deal is being referred to as a fake deal by certain fans. Despite the fact that some are supporting her, the WNBA community is divided on the significance of these partnerships in the evolving field of women's basketball. According to Sports Pro, Caitlin Clark is the fourth most marketable athlete in the world. Yeah, not just female athlete, not just in the United States, but in the entire world. Did you notice what Caitlin Clark just did? She didn't simply sign a contract. She changed the rules of endorsements. Clark's new $13 billion partnership isn't just significant, Hey, it's revolutionary, but this is where things start to get really interesting as Clark makes significant movements. You won't believe how some WNBA players are responding to this arrangement that could change the game. Stay tuned as we delve into the drama, which includes A. Wilson's response that is appending women's basketball. Wilson and Hy-Vee have partnered to release Caitlin Clark basketballs in vivid purple and yellow. The Dreamer and Tribute editions will be arriving in time for the holidays, making them the ideal present for fans. This innovative partnership, along with eye-catching advertisements, has everyone talking. Wilson's ability to spot talent is demonstrated by this $13 billion partnership, while Nike made a mistake. Wilson made a daring, game-changing decision when he recognized Caitlin Clark's potential early on. Let's go back to the moment when Wilson signed Clark. It was a brilliant move. Wilson's acquisition of Caitlin Clark is a game-changer. They took a huge risk by doing something they had only ever done once, with Michael Jordan himself. As soon as the agreement was announced, social media went crazy and everyone was talking about it. Women's sports had recently been transformed by Wilson. After that, Clark's first basketball was released. What happened next was that it sold out in a matter of minutes, meaning that tens of thousands of basketballs were gone in an instant. This is historic. After Michael Jordan, Caitlin Clark is now just the second athlete in history to own a Wilson basketball. Wilson isn't stopping there, though. They have great plans for Clark to see something in her that they haven't seen before. Her star power, her brilliance on the court, and her capacity to engage with fans and make sales. Wilson is placing a large wager on Clark, and thus far, it is paying out well. What is the significance of this seismic shift for women's sports? Companies' perceptions of female athletes, their marketing strategies to sports fans, and their appreciation of women's sports in general are all changing. In addition to altering the game on the court, Clark is also altering it in boardrooms and marketing conferences across the sports sector. This Wilson transaction is only the first step. Wilson and Clark are about to push things to the next level, and their influence on women's sports will be profoundly passive. Are you prepared to watch what occurs next? With a $13 billion alliance, Caitlin Clark recently made a significant move. But here's the twist. Instead of signing a personal contract, she got Wilson and Hy, the Midwest supermarket giant, together to append women's sports. You might be thinking of a chain of supermarkets, but Hy isn't your typical business. They're a retail powerhouse that is focusing all of their effort on Caitlin Clark, and they're not merely putting her name on a cereal box. Instead, they're developing something completely original and fascinating. This is when the exciting part begins. Guess who's back in the mix as Hy releases unique, limited edition basketballs? These balls are being referred to as the Clark Dreams and Tribute Wilson basketballs, since they resemble Clark. Off the court, Wilson and Hy are building a super team of sorts. However, why is this such a significant issue? It's about what it means for women's sports marketing going forward. This type of cooperation is revolutionary and is establishing a new benchmark for how female athletes collaborate with big businesses. Remember, they have been there for Caitlin Clark at every turn, demonstrating their to her path since the beginning. You may recall their donation to the Caitlin Clark Foundation during her time in Iowa.